Welcome to the Be Human Medicine podcast. I'm your host, Oliveyah Fisch. This is a space to practice. It's a space to return to your truth, deepen your self-trust, and remember who you're here to become. Together, we practice being human medicine for ourselves first, and then for the world. Let's begin. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Be Human Medicine podcast. I am your host, Oliveyah Fisch, and today you are in for something truly special. I had the absolute joy of sitting down with my dear friend, Leah Valencia Key, who is the founder and creator of Valencia Key Jewelry. And this is a brand that blends luxury with heart, and she designs these wearable reminders of possibility, light, and inner leadership. Her pieces have been featured everywhere, from Oprah's Favorite Things to The Mel Robbins Show, Good Morning America, PBS, CBS, and so many more. But what makes Leah extraordinary isn't just her resume, it's her radiance. It's the way she lives, the way she leads, and really the way she lifts every room she enters with her light. So in this conversation, we go deep into something I believe we all need more of, which is how to stay connected to joy, not just when life is good, but when life is hard. Leah shares her powerful process for honoring your emotions, knowing when to shift, how to elevate your energy, and how to choose the light that already lives inside you, no matter what. We talk about resilience, manifestation, acceptance, and what it truly means to live and lead your life from the inside out. I'm really excited to also have her share with you in this conversation the use of anchor pieces that I practice with my clients. So when I work with leaders, I often invite them to choose a physical object that will help them embody their highest self. And what Leah has created through Valencia Key is the most beautiful expression of that, which is these luxury wearable reminders that bring you back to truth, to joy, to possibility. So her pieces remind me every time I put them on to return to what matters most, really to return to myself. And today, you'll get to feel her light. You'll get to learn from her joy. And you'll understand why so many people, myself included, want her in the room when I'm about to do something big and scary and courageous. She truly is human medicine. I am so excited for you to experience this conversation, enjoy the episode, and may something in this exchange bring you back to your own light and to your own inner joy. Hello, welcome to the Be Human Medicine podcast. I am so happy to have Valencia Key, Leah Valencia Key, here with me today. And on this podcast, we do our best to bring insight into action as we become human medicine for ourselves and everyone else. So, Leah, welcome, 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 welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited and overjoyed to just be here.
Yeah, I just love spending time with you. This is really why you are here. I think that you are such a joyful blessing to anybody who gets to ever be in contact with you, and I know you know this. People
Thank
hire
you.
you to literally be by their side during
Yeah,
important events so that it goes
yeah,
well, because the
yeah.
energy of you is just that elevated, joyful, loving, and bright. It's kind of crazy. You are the most joyful person I know, and I have seen you not just when things are going well. I have seen you when things are really not going well. They're going pretty badly.
And the
And
person is real.
still
That's right.
and still you have this incredible ability to just
Mm,
maintain this baseline of joy.
mm,
So I'm hoping
mm.
that you can share some insight into how the heck you are doing this so magnificently today
Yeah.
and with me.
Oh,
So
thank you for those loving words. It is true, and I will claim that that is a gift, but I don't think it's individualized just to me. I think it does need to be intentionally practiced. And so hopefully what I share are little keys that you can place in your heart to unlock this light of joy that literally lives within us. One thing I do is um, I my aunt or grandmother, so forgive me, they're no longer with me. Forgive me, whichever one gave it to me. It was accept the things you can change, and wisdom to know the difference. And so, like, when you can see me in the struggle and in the storms where things are rough or things should have went this way and it went opposite the other way is really taking those words and embodying them. So like what are the things that I can change? Because I think we live in a lot of emotion and loss of joy is allowing all of your emotions of what those challenges are to overcome you. And then you're not acknowledging what you can change. You're just really focusing on what happened. The hard part, the sad part, the dark part. I lost my mother at a young, super early age. I do believe I was raised in poverty. I believe my mother never got a chance to actually live. Um, and so to say I can still be joy is because I'm able to say, okay, these are very hard and dark experiences. What of those things, one, what can I change and what can I accept? Well, I can accept that my mother is no longer with me. I can't answer why. That would just keep me in a dark place, but I can accept that that is truth. But then I can say, oh, but there's some change and power that I can do there. Well, my mother physically is no longer with me, but she imparted so many beautiful, light-filled keys with me that can forever be with me. And so then what do I do with that to change my circumstance? Well, then I can allow her words to speak in my heart forever. I can allow her words to breathe life in me and be an embodiment that will forever be with me and then that I can share out to the world and change other lives. And that can be in any predicament. I got an order for a big opportunity and the quantity. So there's a thing called purchase order, and a purchase order is what your customer, your vendor, the company is wanting. So they have a specific order. They're ordering 1,000 gold limitless hoops. They're ordering 500 small silver limitless hoops, and that's what they want. So I get the order, and it's opposite and wrong. So it's 1,000 silver small hoops, and it's 300 gold hoops, like nothing that they asked for. So you could be totally upset and depressed and like be angry and live in all of that. But then you can say, okay, this is reality. What can I change? Well, I can't change this order, but can I change my energy toward it? So then when I go reach out to the buyers, they feel joy in my conversation versus negativity and sorrow because energy is powerful. So if I can put positive energy towards something negative, it can shift it to positive. So, like, I'm like, "Okay, how do I do this?" Well, I create a really detailed spreadsheet of what I received, a detailed spreadsheet of what they asked for. I throw a million yellow heart emojis in the email. I tell them this is what I have. I deeply apologize for it, but I know both ways these are gonna be amazing. Is there a possibility for you to accept this order? Please, 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 and thank you, right? And so, that energy that you put towards the challenge can shift the challenge. And after a million back and forth emails, the answer was yes, they can accept the wrong. Ah, ah. But if you just
That's
say the
so
order's
beautiful.
wrong, it's horrible, they'll never accept it. Ah, da, 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 da. You won't get to the greatness. Accept the things you can change. Change the things you can, and wisdom to know the difference.
It's so good. Such wise words that your ancestors gave you, your mom and your aunt, or maybe both, or maybe one of them. I think that, you're talking about these big, big changes in life, these big uncertainties, these big pain points, loss, grief, as well as
Mm,
the day-to-day things that, go wrong with work. You got the full spectrum in your story there of something very challenging, losing your mom at a young age, growing up in poverty, hearing a lot of wisdom and wise words from them, and then applying that even into your everyday, as well as being able to accept her death and be able to say,
yeah,
okay, well, what can I do about it? And
yeah.
fueling yourself. It's almost like I hear you, showering yourself with her words and wisdom every
Mhm.
day in this really intentional way. And
Yeah,
so, you're saying, okay, I'm going to shift to the positive, but at the same time, it doesn't actually sound like you're not accepting what is, like you're not bypassing the pain of it all. So how do you
yeah,
both honor honor that emotion and then also shift, and how quickly do you do that? This is a
yeah,
question I get. It's essentially, I don't know if I'm wallowing or honoring what
mm,
happened, right? I
yeah.
don't know if it's time to shift or not. And I would love to hear how you process both the heart of the emotion, and then when do you shift? How do you shift? What exactly are you doing to shift? As
Yeah.
specifically as you possibly can, because we can just say, hey, accept and then shift. And they're like, well, what the heck does that mean? Most
When?
people are
How?
not going to understand.
Exactly, and it's so many layers of, like, there's so many keys to it, so I'm excited that we get to share, like, one at a time, and then as you build one, you can get another. I love that. I think it starts within. This is so clear because I think about this all the time for me. I believe that you have to feel the emotion. You have to cry. You have to get angry. I mean, however you define that word depression, you can get there a little bit. You can feel it a little dark. But my key and tool is I've created a metrics for myself, meaning my measuring barometer that's only defined by me. So here's the cool part. You
Mhm.
have the power. You have the key. It's all in you. You created metrics. What do I define as wallowing? Meaning time. So for me, I put a time limit on it. I say that, and the time limit also is determined by the experience. So I stumped my toe, Lee, you've got 5 minutes. Great. You can use a little profanity if you'd like. It's over. Let's get to moving. I lose someone, different time metrics. It's a business thing, different time metrics. So, one, define what the intensity is first. And then, how long are you going to give it to feel and experience? And don't
Mm,
measure that by outside. I really believe everything you had to I think outside is inspiration, inside is your truth. You can look outside to see for inspiration, maybe how long you see people that have joy stay there. I'm like, oh, Leah gives death 2 weeks. I'm making that up, but Leah gives wallowing in her emotions for loss 2 weeks. Okay, let me take that in my soul and say, does that feel true to me, or am I more of a deeper feeler? Like, do I need to feel that a little longer? Okay, I think I need to feel a little longer. I'm gonna give myself a month if that feels good to you, and then give yourself a month and test it. There's no rules and rights. I feel like we live as long as the heart beats, and as long as the heart beats, we get to shift. That's another key power. You can shift in anything you want. This is your life. Change it up, move it. So, okay, we're saying loss. Okay, I give loss a month. And so I will use that metrics for me for now and see if does a month feel good for me. Okay. Then when the month hits, it's a time. It's not over. It's with you, but the energy and emotion of holding you back and staying in that deep, heavy place has to shift. And then you use whatever tools that you need to use to say, how am I going to shift? So for me, I wear my jewelry and I'm always like, oh, the sand dollar means, I may go through turbulent times and that sea may go for a week and the rough waters may be a week, but in a week, I know I will land in the sand that I'm supposed to be. Okay, it's a week, Leah. Look for your sand. And then I say, what action do I put to it? So every time I decide a time limit, I decide an action. So what action do I do that is going to allow me to shift out of the heavy energy that I've experienced? So for the email, for the business example, the email came, the shipment came in. For business, I don't have time to wallow too long because there's due dates. So I literally said, all right, Leah, you've got 2 hours to go complain about this, go yell to yourself, curse, scream, even cry. And then in 2 hours, what is your action going to be to shift into a more positive energy state? Because your energy is what drives you out of it. And so there has to be an action for that. For me, I'm like, okay, look at my bracelet, checking the joy. Are you feeling joyful about this? No. Well, you know what joy feels like. So go do something that makes you feel joyful. Check
Mm,
into it. Me checking into joy, if I need to shift my energy, I turn music on. I love
mhm.
spiritual music and I love a good urban wild music, either one that gets my soul going, I'll shift one of those on and I start dancing. And it starts to move that bad energy out of me. And then as I'm dancing and listening to music, I'm like, okay, Leah, now what do we do with this? What's the action? The supply came in wrong. How can we give options to help? Okay, what are the options? Well, one option is they could just accept what you got. All
Mm,
right, well, if they're gonna accept what you have, okay, will you accept what you have? Yes, I have to. It's here. Got it. Acceptance is power. A lot of the anger, hurt, and heaviness is when you're fighting what's real. Oh, they gave me
mhm.
the wrong order. You can't change it. You can email them and you could say, can you get this to me quicker? Is quicker defined as quick for the purchase order? No, it's coming from overseas. So quick is not quick. So then you need to accept that that order is what it is. Great. Once I accept it, then I can rise up and be confident in what I have. This is all I have. This is what we have. And that may come from poverty. You have no food. We have no food. What do we do? Well, then look in the cupboards and see what is edible. Oh, well, no food's in the car, but if you walk 10 miles, they're giving free cheese. Well, then guess what? We go walk 10 miles to go get the food. That's what poverty taught me. So it's the same thing in real life. Okay, so what is the action? Well, we accept what we received. And then if you accept it, now then you offer and kind energy will the person that ordered it accept it. And then I think your energy is the driving force of all of this. After you've given yourself that time, the energy that you give to shift yourself in it has to shift into some sort of positive energy, even if you don't believe it until you believe it. So do it, dance it, sing it,
Mm,
smile it out until you
mhm.
believe it. And all by the way, you're working on actions to that acceptance.
Wow, what a beautiful process. It's cool. It's really great. I love it. I don't know if I've broken it down that clearly before, even to my clients. I think that I am
Mm,
doing that, but I'm not I didn't break it down that clearly. So thank you for that breakdown. I think there's
yeah.
a space in here that has to be mentioned. you said I got that skill set maybe from poverty.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if you can extend, keep
Oh,
going. What do you mean by that?
yes. Okay, because when you're born in a rough place, you either die or survive. It's consistent survival. And survival teaches you tools. You either sink or swim. You make it to the next day or you don't. And then when you realize, I made it to the next day, or oh my God, I had no food, but we found a way to find food. It teaches you that it is possible when you
Mhm.
are born, especially young. I think what happens is, and here's the thing, even if you're living in poverty and you're experiencing that, but you're not realizing that you're surviving and making it to the next day, you don't get that mindset because in your head, it's just every day of hardship. And so you never realize it's actually every day of survival. It's every day of making it. It's every day of succeeding. It's every day of winning. And if you can realize that every time you make it through something hard, I just won. I just survived. I
Yeah.
just did something really awesome because somebody didn't make it through.
Mm, yeah.
Somebody allowed the loss to allow them to lose all things.
Mhm.
Someone allowed the challenging business experience to have them quit. Somebody allowed the starvation and poverty to have them starve in the rest of their life. But if you chose to find a way to make it to the next moment, to the next day, you're a survivor, you are victorious. And that means if you did it once, you can do it again and again and again and again. It's just different
Mhm.
situations.
Wow, that is incredible. Yeah, I think that sometimes that early childhood adversity can be so much of a gain, either it swallows you whole and you are your
Yeah.
wound, but if you do win and you succeed, it becomes the wisdom that we can live every day, right? We have that choice. Am I going to lead from from the wound or the wisdom? And I think
Yes.
that that's the mantra I say to myself, even from my early child adversity. It's saying, okay, am I going to let it swallow me up? Do I am I am I gonna let it do the thing that it just wants to do? Or do I say, "No, no,
Yeah.
no, no. I'm choosing something different. Let's go." Game on. Let's go. Let's give it my all again and again and again and again. And I
And
think
I
that yeah, like all like every day, every day. I think martial arts also helped me with that too. My
mm.
dad would always say, if you, get knocked down, then you just bring the fight to the floor. You
Oh,
just keep
I
going,
love that.
It's just like, if you get pissed off because you fell, you've lost it. You've lost this fight. And that was something I learned pretty early on, even in that training, through on the mat, in the studio, over and over again. You get knocked down a lot. So
Yeah.
you just keep going. You just keep going. I think that this step is great. So let me see if I'm missing anything because I think it's such gold. So I'm gonna feel my emotions. I'm gonna
Yeah.
put a time before I go into that. I'm even before I start, I might put a time metric, I think you called it, on there and be like, okay,
Mhm.
I have one that just happened. The My book is meant to be published on October 21st, but there's
Mm.
this is like a worldwide distribution problem happening with independent authors, and it
Mm.
won't get out. So it's gonna be pushed
Mm.
back to hopefully November 12th. I'm like, "Who can I blame?" was like my first response. I'm gonna be honest. Who messed up, you know? And then I notice I can catch myself blaming, right? Like, blame
Mhm.
and complain, I'm so aware of when those 2 things are happening just from my own
Yeah.
practices, and I'm like, "Oh, here I go. I'm in blame, I'm in complain. Okay,
Mhm.
how long will I allow myself to be in that?" And it was short. I allowed myself to be in it kind of for 3 minutes, not that long. And maybe some people are like, "Well, then that's not enough time to, like, go there." But I know, like you said, for me, I can't stay somewhere too long because it will suck me in so easily. It's like a black hole. Like, you can't get too close, Liv. Like, this is
'Cause
what
the harder the longer you stay in it for me as well, is the harder it is for me to crawl out. Cause now I've blamed everybody. I've called all the wrongdoings. I've just shoveled all the mess on top of me. Cause you can find more mess and you just shovel it, and it's harder to crawl out of it. Yes. That's why I try to shorten my
Absolutely.
thinking.
I think that's maybe the skill set that I have. Is just I don't let a long time frame happen. And when I
Yeah.
do, I get myself in so much trouble. It is so then
Mhm.
it will last literally like 4 months for something not important. Like either, so I have these examples in my life where I did let it. I'm like, well, see, because he and this, and I have like this stack,
Yeah.
this high of all the reasons why I could be acting terrible to people and not be in my joyful state. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like if I don't allow it, it just kind of pushes me down the longer I'm there. So I do try to give myself a very short metric of time, which I think is a
Mm-hmm.
blessing.
A
And
blessing.
I think that what I will do as well is I'll say, I can't sit with this too long right now because it's going to be too big of a story. But I'll come back
Mm-hmm.
to it. Once I start taking action, I'll come back to it and just say, man, that was hard. So I'll be already taking action. Like I'm already on step 8 or whatever, like you said, like down the road.
Yeah.
But then I come back to it often in
Yeah.
journaling, in prayer, in meditation to see like, hey, how is this for you? How was that for you? Are you okay? Did I bring you along with me, little one, or did I kind of kick you out?
I was thinking that too when you were talking. Like, I don't want anyone to hear, like, as soon as you decide to shift out, that it's automatic, you've erased it, it's gone, you're acting like it never happened. No, it still exists. You're just moving action. You can even bring it with you as long as it's not you can bring it with you from a reality standpoint, but not from a anger heavy standpoint. Like, the reality is the book is not going to make it on time. It's not going to launch on time. That's your reality. So you can bring that truth and say it. But if you're like, who did it? They always make it. Someone's making a mistake with you while you're trying to doing the action. That's where the challenge comes in.
There you go, because that's the next step, right? Like the challenge is, can you access joy? And in that, can I access joy? Can I do this from a love-centered space or whatever the energy is that is needed? So I'm hearing that you'll use your anchor pieces, which
Yeah.
I love. I wear all the time. I love my anchor pieces. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. But you also put on music, you dance, there's all of these
Mhm.
things that you've decided work for you. I often will say to my clients, you have to know where to go and what you're
Yeah.
doing to be
Yeah.
accessing your joy. I need you to know at least 3 things that are just like fail proof, that like if you do that or you do that thing or you're around that person or you go do that thing or in this environment, it is just better. It is just
Mhm.
better. That is also a choice and I think, it's like making that thing that you go do, it works every
It, just-
time.
it doesn't. It's your barometer. And you know how you
Mhm.
find it? Like, what makes you smile? Like, what purely makes you smile? And the reason why I encourage to access joy is because it's magnetic for what it brings to you. Like, you can do all of these actions, not enjoy. Like, you literally can make decisions not enjoy, but the weight and energy that is going to come to you as you're making those actions are going to be still heavy, still weighted, maybe still more resistance. But I promise you, it's not going to change hardships or reality. But what it does is it unlocks hearts. It pierces light and it carries the burden just a little bit easier for you. People start to respond to you differently. My response to the business email should have been from the buyers, what? We ordered X, Y, da 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 da. That's not what we want. But because some way my joy thing is like a million yellow emojis, appreciation from the beginning, middle, and end, visual explaining of what you did do, acknowledgement of your truing, acknowledgement of the incorrects, still standing in my confidence that I'm here to solve it. And I appreciate you. It takes blame away and it goes to resolve. That's what joy can do for you. Sorry,
Mhm.
I wanted to explain that part.
No, don't apologize. I love it. I'm gonna just listen to that little piece of recording. I think that was it, right? That's the nugget that we have to remind ourselves. So often we think, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna do this? How do I solve for that problem? And when I can remember in that moment, my job is not to go solve that problem. My job right now, because I'm not feeling good, I'm below the line of effectiveness. My job only is to elevate my state and then know and trust that it will unfold because my actions will then be matching that elevated state. And from that,
Yes,
things flow. You're in your powerful zone, you're in your creative zone. You can go and live life as through me versus to me. And in that,
yeah.
boom, everything shifts. I think that that is I need to go post that somewhere in my office. I'm saying this out loud so I can remember again and again and again, because, I can so easily forget. I can so easily pop out and be like, "No, I just," and then we go fight reality, wanting it to match our preference. And I think for some of us too, it works well in some buckets of our life. We can do that easily. And then in
Yeah.
some areas or themes or relationships, you're just fighting reality and you're not able to do that thing that you do so well in a different area of life. And I think that that's the cross training. It's almost to say to yourself, where am I not able to do this well? Right? Like, is
Yeah.
it in my relationships? Is it with
Yeah.
work? Is it with trying to get my workout in every day and my own health and to myself, where is my resiliency lacking to be able to
Mm.
to apply this and shift? And so I think that this is really a great reminder for me in places I'm able to do that 3-minute shift, 2-minute shift, and then where I get sticky, where it's like it got stuck and I waited
Yes.
too long. And then I wait,
Yeah.
and then the longer I do, it just gets kind of like so involved that it's like, oh gosh, I have to it takes so long to then untangle it, right?
Oh, you know what I was thinking with that is it's like ROI, like return on investment. A lot of us respond ROI is a business term, but actually it's also a life term, right? Like we generally respond on what's the return on my investment? Some people immediately easily work out because, like health is that return on like they are clear to see that if I work out, the return on my investment is either I'm going to feel better or I'm going to look better. Whichever return is valuable for you, it works for you. Some people, that part of working out isn't more enough powerful return on investment to do it. So then that's why I like adding joy in the mix of it because it can get you to want to get to the return on an investment if it's not as valuable to you, right? So like if I do it in joy, then I'll be at least feeling good while doing something that I really don't want to do. Even if it's like relationships, like I don't need to make up with that person. What value does that do to me? Like they did it. I don't like it. I'm gonna hold it. And every time I see him, I'm gonna let my spirit get nasty. I'm gonna treat him another way because I'm right. And that's valuable to you. But then when you think like, but do I really like feeling this way? Like, yes, the outcome of them knowing how you feel about them is a great return. But isn't a greater return how you feel? And that's what
Mhm.
joy does. It's about how you feel in the process also of what you're
Mm.
doing. And
Yeah.
so that's an immediate return on investment. Like you can experience that immediately. You don't have to wait for it to compound. You don't have to wait to see results. As soon as you shift into that positive state, that accepting truth state, that light filled state, that like, you know what? I'm not gonna allow this heaviness to stay on me because I got things to do. Oh, immediately it feels so much better.
Mhm.
So that's another key as you talk about like certain areas of your life.
Yeah.
It's easier to do because
Mhm.
it feels good to you in those moments. So that makes sense. Boom, it rewards you. It's good. But if you start to say, what areas in my life is not feeling good? And then you say, oh, what if I apply a little joy to it? What if I
Yeah.
find a way? And what does joy mean? Because it's like, oh, that's kind of a surface word, right? Like, what does it
Yeah.
really mean? Um, what does joy mean to you, Liv?
Yeah, I've thought a lot about this. One of the sessions or chapter sessions in the book is called Joyful Living, and it's part of the 7 spiritual principles to essentially bring spiritual intelligence into your everyday life. And so,
Mm,
through a lot of meditation and writing, I think that in a sense, this is probably not what people think of as joy, but I almost think of it as an inevitable byproduct of living radically. So I'm going to accept
mm,
reality,
mhm,
empowered. So I'm going to say, I'm going to do the action, right? That maybe I don't feel like doing, but I'm going to shift and do it anyway, right? And then authentically, I get to do it in a way that's for me and is going
mm,
to be good for me while I go and listen to my intuition every single step of the way. When those 4 things are applied, joy actually just arrives. And
mm.
I think that it's almost like you have better access I think joy is actually always there. You just have better
Oh,
access to it if you're able to put those 4 things into place first. I also think that it's deciding that you want to have access to it. Does that make
mhm.
sense? Like, you have to decide,
Yeah,
"I want that. I'm willing to
it's
have access
valuable.
to it." And
That's what
it's
we're talking
valuable.
about.
Yeah,
That
and
joy
it's
is
valuable.
valuable.
It's gonna get me
Mhm.
actually what I want, right? It's gonna get me turn that desire into reality. And I
Yes.
think that for me too, it's I had a hard time I'm gonna give you a story about this. I had a hard time playing with my daughter when she was young for very long.
Mhm.
It's like a joyful state. We're sitting on the floor. She's playing blocks. She's so freaking cute. Everything's easy. There's nothing else to do, Liv, but sit there and hang out with your kid. This is it. This is the moment you wanted, right? And I think that for me, because of my past or trauma or something choice, there's a sense of responsibility that gets in the way of joyful living. This sense of obligation or something. This sense
Mhm.
of like everything's got to be done and then I can relax or something. And then I can be joyful. It's like this delayed joy. And that
Ooh.
I didn't notice until I had Abby, my daughter, that was
Mhm.
something that I constantly was delaying. Like, can I actually be as joyful as I possibly can be when I wake up this morning. And then how would I access that joy? And am I choosing that? And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not choosing that because I don't know if I'm safe enough to be so joyful. Like, did I walk the 10 miles to get the cheese? Does that make sense? And like,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
going to be
yeah.
happy until I know I won the day, you know?
Yeah,
And I don't know if I
yeah.
learned until quite later, raising my daughter 8 years later, that it's like, no, 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 every step of the way you get to be like, I'm gonna be
Mhm,
joyful as I get there, as I
mhm.
go find that food 10 miles away, whatever that obligation or responsibility is.
Yeah.
And I think that that's my edge of really
Mm,
being truly human medicine for myself. And then of course to others is did I make the choice to say yes to joy in on the
mhm.
journey, or am I stuck in everything's got to get done first and then we can have the dance party, in the
Yeah.
kitchen. It's like, okay, everyone clean up, do their chores, and then we can have some fun. It's like, oh, it like breaks my heart to think I thought like that freaking long,
Mhm.
you know? It's just like, that is so sad to me.
It's a training. I think a lot of society teaches that. Like like get it done. Like there's no time to play. um,
Mhm.
I think for me, as I start to process, like, what is joy? What is joy? What is joy? I like that joy exists in all phases. It can coexist in hardships. And I know that to be true because if you go um, to the inner city and impoverished areas and you see individuals smiling and laughing and you're like, how? Like
Yeah.
what? And you go to a third world country and you see like this piece of like radiance. And so like to me, joy is release.
Mm.
It's like releasing the worry. Joy is doing what needs to be done with the ability to release.
Mm. Mhm.
Uh, joy is truth. The reason why many people can't smile is because, or dance, or vibrate, is because you're you're battling what is, and you're fighting or angry or disappointed about what you want to come or what has been. I mean, joy is like standing in the current truth, but also an envisioning in a future. Like
Mhm.
joy has the ability to truly be present of everything that is true right now and also see the ability of what's to come. Like, so it's so powerful because in that I can smile because it's like, "Ooh, this ain't nice, but that's
Mhm.
not my destiny."
Mm.
And so
It, like,
you're able
propels you forward, yeah? It, like,
yeah,
gets you.
yeah, joy takes you for that's why it's magnetic because it's like, "Okay, yep, I don't have this, I don't have this is really hard, that person is really mean, they actually judge me." Yep, all of that's true. So true, so true. Okay, what are some actions that I can do in this moment? And this is where I'm going.
Yeah.
Ah, that's joy. Joy is also vibrancy. Like what you say, oh, you don't say someone's there's two joy comes specific in a statement. You say someone's happy, but you choose specifically when you say someone's joyful. Happy is like, "Oh, we're so happy it's laughing." But joyful is a vibrancy, it's consistently emitting. Joy vibrates through you consistently, and finding what that vibrancy is for you becomes joy. Like, you can feel when someone is joyful, I mean, nothing sticks to them. Like,
Mhm.
nothing pushes them down, nothing it's like, joy is the bobble bar that you tap that little you seen
And
that
it comes
balloon
right
thing?
back up.
Eh, come right back up, that thing where and, oh, you can even see them like, standing outside and the wind's blowing and it goes like this and it comes back up. Like, joy is
Yeah.
that, like, wherever it is, it finds a way to vibrate.
Yeah.
Um and so, you know you're in joy if you're vibrating. And what is vibrating? Like your heart is smiling.
Mhm.
Your
Mhm.
face is the byproduct of the smile, but your heart is smiling for what is and is what's to come without worry of all that extra stuff that I can't control. To
Mhm.
me, that's what
Mhm.
joy is.
I love
And
that.
many, many other more, but we'll take those couple things.
Well, maybe you
Yeah.
can walk us through something here because I know that you are really talking about manifestation in a way, like I'm going
Yeah,
to look forward, I'm going to step into this other thing. Like, yeah, I don't love this, but I can move in action one step at a time to something
yes.
else. And that
Mhm.
space of knowing you're wanting to have a different experience for yourself. Okay, I'm here and I want a different experience for myself. How does joy play a part? And maybe you can walk me through essentially, like, even just this example with the book, right? It's
Yeah.
delayed 21st. It's
Mm,
supposed to come out, yes, tomorrow. It's supposed to come out tomorrow. It's coming out in a month instead. Okay. Talk to me about, okay, Leah, walk me through it. I want to manifest something, this or something better, right? This or something better. In that space, what would you say would be the opportunity for me in that? To say, "Okay, you're gonna use joy as a catalyst for manifestation. Do it like
yeah.
this instead, Liv." What would you
Mm.
say to me?
I'd say first start with the release of control. Uh, the way I obtain joy and I manifest is as humans, we love to control everything. And it's a beautiful thing because if you can control things, you get to see stuff done. But the reality of life is you can't control everything. And there are many things that you'll never be able to control. Dates are generally sometimes out of your control, no matter how great you are.
Yep.
And so when you are now faced, you take control all the way up until you can no longer control, then you release. So, like, at
Mhm.
this point, you've controlled, you controlled, you controlled. That's beautiful. Stay in control, joystick. Control, control, control. The date can't make it. The fight of still trying to control the date, you have to release. Like, okay,
Mhm.
it's not happening. So, what's greater gonna happen on November 11th or 12th when it's supposed to come up?
Mhm.
Like, so then I shift into like, okay, I release that control. It's not gonna happen. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Now I look into the date of its receiving. So what greatness is coming from me there? Because to me, everything is in order of goodness if I allow it to be.
Mm,
And then now
mhm.
maybe you wanna pick up some control. It's shifting. I don't know how to drive a stick shift, but I can imagine it being like driving a stick shift, like, right, shifting into control when you need to control, shifting down gear and kinda releasing and letting it go when there's no control that can happen. Now shifting back into control, that's where manifesting is because then now I think you start to envision what greaterness can happen. It would have been great on the 21st because I planned it. But now on November 11th, what greaterness can happen because of this? Ah,
Mhm.
I can start seeing things for me. Now I got X amount of days to do blah, 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 and push blah, 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 and let this now person do it. And so now it becomes more beautiful for you. Now it's no longer a delay. Now it's an opportunity. Now it's possibility.
Mhm.
And now
I
it's
did
acceptance.
That's it. That's it. It's beautiful. I had so many things come to mind when you said all that. I'll share it with you. If
Yes.
it would have stayed the date, there would have been extreme pressure on my team. I've decided
Mm-hmm.
to put out, like, 3 different projects in the last 6 months, right? So, just because I can't help myself sometimes. But it is putting pressure on me. It puts me into force energy. I've decided
Mm-hmm.
that I don't want to do that. I've made a commitment to myself not to be in force energy, and if I'm thinking clearly, I got the email from my publisher about that. The day after I wrote in my journal, I'm done. Like, I'm done doing that. Like, I'm done putting force energy on me and, like, overworking, like, for the sake of what? Like, why?
So
I
the
put
divine
my own.
plan, you're having.
Yeah, I
So
put
the
my own
divine
deadlines on myself,
exactly.
right? Like, it was my own made up deadline of things that I have in my head, like, I'm the boss, right? So, it's why am I doing that to myself? Is that serving me anymore where I'm at now? No, it doesn't serve me. And so I do see that this is a blessing, in disguise to let it be let there be breath here for about a
Yeah,
month where we weren't gonna
yeah.
have it before, where I wasn't gonna be able to take my time and just figure things out and allow it to just unfold. I think that it was just tight and now it's not. So that's the
Mhm.
blessing there as what I was seeing happening in my mind's eye while you were speaking that, when you're asking that question, what greaterness can happen is essentially, I think, what you said, What else is possible? Which I have to say takes me back to why I've been wearing these earrings so much.
Mm.
So this is a Valencia key hoop, and it says it's possible on the inscription inside here on both sides. And I've been wearing these anchor pieces to just be tapped into that space of this or something better. Like it's possible for you to have your desires and also know that they might shift and change and get reprioritized and recalibrated to actually give you what you want. And I think
Yeah.
that your anchor pieces really do infuse the light that is you. Because I do think that you are someone on this planet who is able to be human medicine very well because of your ability to access that joy in a very challenging situation. Even that equanimity is just a part of you, and that
Yeah.
is really quite special. I do think that many of us have that, but it's a
Right.
choice. You choose it more often. You choose it often, and I think that maybe it's tied to your, the way you do your creativity and your luxury anchor pieces. Tell us a little bit. I've got a couple things on my the thing I love wearing is these, and then the collaboration you did with Moongate, and then the collaboration you did with Jamie Kern Liam, the Worthy
Yes.
bracelet. And I've got actually the love one on today. I've been loving that. And I've
Yeah.
got your ring on as well today, but these 3 pieces, the Worthy, the earrings, and this Moongate piece has kind of been my staple the last 4 weeks that I wear. Tell us a little bit about how you would describe this. I always describe it in my mind as like, "Oh, I need my anchor pieces to remind me what I'm up to
Yeah.
today." What I can feel I'm kind of on my I don't wear hoops a lot, so I can kind of feel it on me too, which is kind of fun. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, it's possible." I feel like it's a little dance I get to do all day
Yeah.
because I move a lot
Fish.
when I talk. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I forgot it's possible." And so and even the bracelet, just reminding me of, like, it is my birthright to have my desires unfold. I'm worthy of them. And that is a really good mantra for me to continue to foster. And then, can I do this joyfully? Can I do this? Can I can I do what's required of me joyfully? I've been saying that a lot this month to my clients and myself on podcasts because that is the mantra that allows me to say everything gets to be done with a joyful heart. Even the mundane things. Can I stay awake? So tell us
Yeah.
a little bit about all of the fun collaborations that you've been able to be a part of. Tell us what's coming
Yeah.
next.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for everything you say is everything I prayed for. It's like,
Mm.
oh, the pieces are the byproduct of the experience that I pray you have every time you wear it. I know we need people and we need tangible things. Like we are on this journey of life alone, and it is beautiful. It is joyful, it is light-filled, it is hard. Darkness happens. It's a roller coaster of emotions and experiences, and I think, to do it in joy, we need things, and so that's why I created Valencia Key, because I would style wonderful business owners, and they would travel me around the world with them, and they're like, "Oh, I love your light. I love your energy. I love your vibrancy. I love your perspective. I love how you shift the mindset of even the most hardest experiences while honoring the hard experience. I love, and I'm like, oh, that's so good. Thank you. And I'm like, whoa. And I was like, what is it? And I remember my mother, right before she passed, she had told me about how life was going to get rough and it was going to be dark times. We were born and living in dark times. And she was like, she start to see me shining my light. And she gave me these little small earrings. No, she didn't have much. So the value of them wasn't the point. It was the symbolic thing that she said, "Here, wear these every day, because when it gets really dark, I'd encourage you to touch your ears
Mhm.
or catch a glimpse of them in the mirror, or as you put them on, be a reminder that there is light inside of you. All you have to do is choose it." And it's
Mhm.
everything that you're talking about, Liv, this power of choice. But with life, a lot of things are happening. So we need to be reminded of what's inside of us. And you're like, oh, that's right. I am light. Oh, that's right. I am worthy. Oh, that's right. I will land exactly where, or maybe I didn't know, but by your life's journey, coming from poverty to be able to physically put something on, then if it's possible for you, then it is also possible for me because we coexist on this world together. And so I've coined them to be wearable possibility, wearable light, wearable joy, keys that will physically be tangible for you to touch to help you access and unlock everything that's in you so that you can experience everything divinely, intentionally orchestrated for you. You truly can have it. So thank you for wearing the pieces. My collaborations are beautiful because like I created them. Like I'm gonna just create them and I'm gonna wear them because I need it. I started to wear it as I was styling all these beautiful business owners, and they're like, "What is that?" And I'm like, oh, my first piece was a synergy necklace, meaning there's a balance in everything we do. And if we can find that balance, then we can access everything. We can access peace. We can access our dreams. And inside is like Malaysian jade. And I'm like, because there's consistent growth. And they were like, I want that. I want to wear it because I can't have you everywhere, but I'm going to wear that. And then they start wearing it. Then I created these hoops. They start wearing limitless possibility and they just start wearing it on air and through word of mouth. People start using these as tangible access to reminders of everything that's possible within them and just reminders of joy. Like, even if you don't go that deep, like you can go deep if you like, or you can go light and say, I just wear it because just tap into good energy because good energy creates more good energy. And people just start
Mhm.
I would say the surface of it, they start wearing it just to tap into good energy and just remind like, "Oh, I can smile today. All my numbers look horrible, but I can smile today." Um, then just people start collaborating with me because it's a not a me thing, it's a we thing. Like, Liv, you and I, we have 2 different journeys, but we have a quest of just consistent growth, and so us combining that energy, putting it at a piece, now just doesn't give my access, it also combines with your access, so then when the receiver gets it, they get both of our access and light. Ah! How beautiful is it? So collaborating with book designers and, like, Cynthia, Costa Rica,
Yeah.
just so we can
Awesome.
keep spreading wearable light.
Yeah. I mean, you've been able to collaborate with some amazing individuals, amazing business owners, and I can't wait to get my own collaboration with you. I have an idea already for the spiritual heartbeat and the Be Human Medicine community. I think that would be so fun to collaborate. So that is a 2026 agenda of mine. That's like that's in the budget. It's in the spreadsheets. It's on the vision board. And I think that it is so important that I do think we need things. When I was growing up, it was like this little I called it Clowny, it was just like this little clown doll. It's just like, I need my Clowny and then I can get through it? And I think I've upgraded a little bit, but it's the same. It doesn't actually need to be that that, fancy. I love that
No.
your stuff is so affordable. I love that people usually wear it with, their designer pieces
Oh,
as
Liv, that's what I love, like, the Duchess wore the Joy bracelet stacked with her Cartier bracelet, stacked with a gift from, like the value is in all of what it is, and
Exactly.
that's the beauty. Ugh.
Yeah, I know. I saw that article come out with the Duchess. I was like, wait, what is that? That's Leah's brand. I was so happy to see that pop up in my newsfeed. That was such a fun
Uh,
day. But yeah, I think these collaborations are just so your zone of genius. I've seen you work with these individuals and how much care and thoughtfulness and creativity and artistry goes into making a piece for that organization or that person or that community. And I see what it does to the community too. You know, it's like almost like this Taylor Swift thing with her bracelets. Like everybody's got it and everyone's like, yay, we have this thing now that we can feel like we're wearing every day. It's just, it's such a powerful, it seems so small. Like it seems like it shouldn't work that well, but it does.
yes,
Every time I put it on, I remember the collaboration and being a part of this collaboration with Cynthia. I know what has gone into these collaborations, and that is a
yeah,
part of the intention setting. Like, oh, you've already set the intention for me before I put it on. And I do feel
yeah,
that energetically. I feel the intention you have created before I even knew it was around. And that is big energy there that I think is so powerful. So yes, to anchor pieces before I met you and knew about your brand, I would have people anchor their joy, their true self, their true nature to anything. So I would have them pick something like go get a rock, go get a stone, go pick a plant in your house, go find the lip gloss you love the most, like the tea. I would just say, go pick something and
yeah.
anchor it to the thing that you're wanting to affirm for yourself. And now I get to go to the Valencia Key site, go pick out your anchor piece and then that can be your thing. So I feel like that got an upgrade from my clients as well because they got to buy something cool, you know. They're
Yes,
like, Liz asking
exactly.
me
You're
to
like,
buy a
I
rock.
don't know. It's like, I don't know what to pick, because
No.
decisions cause confusion, then you're not gonna do it, right? So
Yeah,
then if you're like, this is my anchor piece, it's cute.
it's
It
cute.
blends it's cute,
Yeah,
and it
it
blends
does.
enough where it's if
Mhm,
I'm wearing it, it's not wearing me, so it's right
mhm,
there for me. Decisions are already made. Like you said, intention and light and energy is already put in. I think energy, as we put all of this together, if I could impart like a powerful key, it's really checking in the bracelet, like you're wearing a love check bracelet consistently. This is not like a daily thing. This is a consistent thing. It'll come automatic if you keep doing it. Like just going into yourself, like how am I doing with peace right now? How am I doing with joy right now? Am I feeling loved right now? Because you'll realize, oh, I'm not. And that's a byproduct of probably what your energy is emitting.
mhm,
And your energy infects and affects everything within you and everything around you. So if you're feeling a lot of bottlenecks and you can't control it, the
mm,
one thing you can control that has so much power that we overlook is the energy in which we emit. And so if you tap into shifting into how do I find that peace? Or how do I remove that thing? I know exactly what's taking my peace now that I'm checking in. How do I get that thing to shift down somewhere, move out, or put a little sheet over something? And
mhm,
I know that I'm not feeling love. Well, what's happening? Do I need to be more love? Or no, 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 I'm being a lot of love. I'm not receiving love. Well, why? And then when you start to fill up, your energy can be what it's supposed to be. And then
mhm,
you can start piercing through places that maybe you weren't able to pierce through before. And so that's why I intentionally put this energy into everything we create. Like Liv, when we talk, you can hear how I talk about creating a piece. I'm like, how are they going to feel? How is it going to touch? How is it going to lay? How is it going to clasp? Will it lay on my chest in peace? Because that'll allow them to feel peace. Can I
mm.
clasp it easily so it can be joyful? And then I know that energy will admit to your energy. So
I
Thank
love
you
that.
for feeling all of that.
Yeah, I do, I feel it. I mean, even just with the hoops, I've never had hoops I could wear because they were too heavy even, right? And they hurt me because 'cause I'm a
Yes!
sensitive flower. And so these are actually the only hoops I've ever been able to wear, like, continuous days in a row because they don't annoy me and cause me pain. So, it's
Oh
like
my
stuff like
god,
that that
thank you for saying that.
yeah, I
I
do
went
feel the
back and forth
intention.
iterations of that. Back and forth, "It's
Mm,
too heavy, it's too heavy, it's too heavy, it's too heavy." I have stretched earlobes because of that. I can't have joy if my ears hurt. Like, I
yeah,
just can't, like,
I can't. It
And
has to feel
so you
fun.
feel that weight. Thank you.
Yeah, it has to be fun. So we have a tradition on this podcast, Leah, that I'm creating where essentially I'm asking each of the guests, I have an 8-year-old, her name is Abby, and my hope is that you will share with her
Mm,
a little bit of wisdom that she'll carry into her future. So if you were to share a nugget of wisdom that you knew for certain she would be
mm.
able to embody for the rest of her life because you shared it with us today, what would that be? What would you want her to know?
Oh, so good. Abby, I love you. First that, and then I'll share. It's gonna be a long run-on sentence because I'm trying to pack everything in. First, I wanna share the 2 things that my mother shared with me. It has truly impacted my life. I'm 46 next week, and I'm utilizing it over and over and over, and it's
Mm.
getting me from glory to glory. So, I pray, Abby, that this, is so impactful to you as it is for me. 1, your predicament doesn't determine your destiny. And it doesn't matter what predicament we're speaking of. You have so much destiny inside. And so don't look at what's happening now. Look at what your destiny truly is, and that lies within you. That is your truth inside of you, and your truth inside of you is your light. And the second thing my mother shared to me is you can be a follower or you can be a leader. And you can choose to follow everything around you, everything you see, everything you hear, everything you do, and you'll just be this drag along thing, being everything you see, everything you do. Or you can go inside and there's a light inside of you. There's always a whisper, there's always a divine whisper inside of you. And you can choose to listen to that light and listen to that divine whisper, and you can choose to lead your life. This leading and this leadership is not about others, it's about you. And you follow that whisper and that light and you lead it all the way to your destiny, looking externally only for inspiration and looking internally for all of your truth and all of your choices. And lastly, I'd say that energy and joy and light all together, I think they're equally compounded. Light is energy, and energy and light, joy is the byproduct. And when you recognize that, that can become a superpower. So all the skills and things that you're not really that good at, I can't spell great. I don't read well. I lack a lot of skills. I don't know how to plan. I'm not a planner. Um, but that equation that I have created as value to me has taken me beyond what I could ever imagine just because I show up with beautiful energy, radiating the light that God gave me and doing it in joy has taken me literally all around the world. So I pray that you choose that and then you pick up the trades and skills and don't let that be the highlight. Make your joy and light be your highlight.
Oh, I'm gonna let her listen to that tonight
Mm,
at bedtime. That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Leah. Is there anything we didn't talk about today that you wanna share?
mm. I just love you. I love
Mm.
you. I think I will share this. Live in love, meaning humans matter. Humanity is real. And so, as much as we're talking about ourselves right now, the only way uh, to really be at peace and really be light is to think of others and to love others and treat others kindly and care. And you don't have to, if people are not being kind, you find a way to show kindness so you can combat that kindness. You don't have to be a doormat, but you don't have to respond to their negativity. But then if you know someone's being negative, then you go give love somewhere else because then someone else is receiving that too. So you be the counterbalance of love in the world when there's darkness.
I love it. I'm going to choose to be that light. I think that that's such an important reminder. Why are we going to be pouring into ourselves to be human medicine for ourselves? Well, so we can be of service to others and actually truly be in presence with people, choosing kindness, choosing active listening, choosing being medicine for that person and how maybe that unique way that they need it. It's like, this is
Yeah.
required of me now. Maybe it is not my preference, but this is what this person is needing. Can I give it to them? And am I able to be all filled up so I can give from that overflow and give to them? Right. And
Yes.
so I do think that our level of consciousness matters. The choices we make really does matter for the world. So thank you so much for taking the time today to be here. We'll share everything in the interactive show notes so everyone has links to all of the things that you're sharing as well as the lessons you got to teach us today. Let us continue to turn these insights into action and be human medicine for ourselves and for the world. Wow, I love you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. If this episode resonated, subscribe and share it with someone who would love it too. And if you're ready to go deeper, start your 14-day free trial of the Be Human Medicine app. The link is in the show notes. Until next time, stay open and keep becoming.